Welcome to the H.E.A.L, Help, Elevate, and Learn podcast. This podcast is a guide to healing your inner child and maturing your inner adult. This is the place where we slow down, look within, and begin the journey of restoring what was lost, silenced, or forgotten. Here, we believe that healing the inner child is not about reliving the past, it's about rewriting your future. Together, we'll uncover the wisdom, the strength, and the love you've always carried inside. So take a deep breath. You're safe, you're seen, and you're right where you need to be. Hello, everybody. How you doing today? This is Sakoni Prince, or should I say, where's it? Right there. Dr. Sakoni Prince of the H.E.A.L podcast. H.E.A.L is an acronym for Help, Elevate, and Learn, and its subtitle is Guide to Healing Your Inner Child. And I'm also working on my second book, the sequel to it, and we'll get into that in a little while. Well, listen, I know I haven't done this in a while. I know I haven't been on a podcast for a minute because, quite frankly, life be lifing. So many things came up. So many things have happened. Our youngest son graduated high school. That was a momentous occasion, just running around with that and also getting ready for college. In the midst of all of that, I even got an honorary doctorate in humanities. And my thesis is the philosophy of heart-centered leadership. A lot of us as individuals, we are in situations where we need to lead, but lead with our heart and from our heart. Now, I know for men, oftentimes that's a challenge because we're more logical. And I'm not saying that we're not logical. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying our default is to try to fix, find out, or cure whatever the situation is. But being a heart-centered leader means that we have to take a step back and consider the impact that this is going to have, not just from a factual standpoint, but even from a feeling standpoint. And so I'm actually finishing up my thesis on that. I'm so excited. I'll be sharing that with y'all as well. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of things. I got my honorary doctorate, and actually, I just wanted to show you, those who haven't seen, there it is right there. And for those of you now, you all know my full name. It's Sakoni Cornell Andrew Prince. That's what the CA stands for. But this doctorate was based on my life-based evidence. And I love the way that His Royal Highness Dr. Clyde Rivers put that, because he said that I had exhibited the tendencies, the actions, my life was evident of the doctoral work that I had been doing. And he wanted to recognize me. They wanted to recognize me for that. And in fact, when I got it, I thought about something that I heard in the news, that Tom Cruise, as famous as he is, as many movies as he's done, as so much he has on his belt, he never won an Oscar. Never won an Oscar. But he's been given an honorary Oscar for his life-based evidence. So when you consider the stuff that you've done or are doing, is it enough to be recognized? And like I was telling Dr. Rivers, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I was going to do it without the paper, but now that I have it, I just have that much more weight behind me to help me to help change people's lives. And so I am so excited to where you can now honestly call me Dr. Sakoni Prince. A good friend of mine, Wendell Graham, he used to always say, Dr. Sakoni Prince, every time I called him, every time he called me. So I guess he was one of the ones that spoke it into existence. But even in fact, when I was nominated, even in fact, when I was approached by it, I didn't shy away from it because I knew that I had done the work. And not only had I done it, but I was going to continue to do it, again, with or without it. So when you consider yourself and when you consider what it is, what contributions you're making to society and to the world, can somebody say there's enough evidence to convict you of whatever it is you say you're doing? Can they say that they know that you are going to be passionate and consistent about the things that has been laid to your charge? I oftentimes remind people that God has something for them to do. The question is, are they going to show up and do it? And again, I'm just so grateful, humble, but I also know the responsibility that comes with the title of Dr. Sakoni Prince. So I also want to share some other things that have happened. Man, okay. I had a chance to go to Phoenix, Arizona for the International Impact Book Awards, and that was an amazing opportunity. My book, H.E.A.L, was recognized, and I received an award at the International Impact Book Awards. Again, another opportunity to showcase what work has been put in and what has been done to help make the world a better place. Not only that, but I also had a chance just last week to go to Kansas City and actually speak at the Becoming a Better You event. And for those of you who follow me on social media, you've been seeing some clips from that event. I actually had several posted on my YouTube channel. But I will tell you this, that my entire presentation is available on my site. If you go to SakoniPrince.com, and if you click on the BTBY logo, it's on the front page. It'll take you to another page which has some free giveaways, but also has that presentation, plus a couple other things that I wanted to share with you. So I am just so excited to get back into this groove of getting my podcast going. I already got somebody lined up for next week, but I wanted this week to just be a recap of just what has happened over the summer. And speaking of BTBY, while I was there, I had the opportunity to receive my World Civility Ambassador's credentials. And I'm going to just show you a clip of that. And I want to thank Dr. West for his endless work for humanity. But check this out.
Frank Smith, come on up. Y'all know there ain't no Frank Smith in the room. Stop that. Come on up. Come on, give him a hand. Here we go. It's the Tony Prince from TonyPrince.com. So they get motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. And so he decided, I'm going to move this guy over to the middle so in case they take pictures. He decided that he wanted to be a World Civility Ambassador. I loved it because I got an opportunity from the World Scout Parliament organization. They said, hey, we're bringing it to Kenya for the first time ever. It's been in Spain, it's been in Korea, it's been in Australia, but we're bringing it to Kenya for the first time. And they said, Dr. West, can you recommend some speakers? But we want them to have the World Civility Ambassador title so that when we bring people from around the world, they see we have quality speakers. And so I was like, I know a lot of quality speakers. It's just a matter of them getting the title. And so Sakoni Prince said, he said, send me, Dr. West, I'll go. And so we get a chance to honor Sakoni Prince today. This is his civility spokesperson training completion certificate.
Wow.
This is World Civility Ambassador training certificate. And then this is his official ID card. That's it. And on the back it says, breaking barriers and building bridges, civility connects us all. And on the front and the bottom, it says, creating change around the world. Global Civility Leadership Institute, World Civility Ambassador, Civility Spokesperson certified. And it's got his ID number. It's good for 2 years. Congratulations, my friend. Great work. Thank you for accepting the challenge. Give him a hand. And this is his diplomacy leadership pin.
What you want, I got what you need. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. All the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
So yeah, I was super excited and honored to get recognized for being the World Civility Ambassador And you know what? We need more civility in the world, honestly. We just need to be able to treat people the way we want to be treated. And that's really the golden rule. And to be elected and to be a part of that, to me, is a life altering opportunity because I now have a chance to speak around the world as a world civility ambassador. And see, the thing about it is this, that there are some countries, they look for those titles. For you to come and speak, you have to have those type of credentials. So again, I want to thank Dr. West for his amazing training, which helped me to actually get those credentials and to be a World Civility Ambassador. That's going to open up more doors for me to be able to impact more people. So listen, I know I talked a little bit about my upcoming book. Oh man, this has been just an amazing journey. You know, writing Heal, Help Elevate and Learn, you know, the guide to healing your inner child was just something that I'm not even gonna say I stumbled upon it, but it was something that I didn't go looking for. It's something that really found me. And I've shared this before on the podcast, but I'm going to play this clip again because this is a clip, and I'm going to set it up a little bit. I was speaking at a Focus Women's Group a couple of years ago, and I did this exercise. And this is one of the catalysts that really started me down this road. I mean, I had already noticed that a lot of people were dealing with current behavior that was seated in their childhood. But it wasn't until I did this exercise and I had so many people of different ages and different stages of life come up to me, or should I say, women come up to me and just thank me for this exercise here, that I really realized that, look, there was a need. There was a need to really talk about inner child wounds, inner child trauma, but more importantly, inner child healing. So this is how we got started. But check this out.
Just want to check and make sure. Okay, all right. So before we get to this, there's something that I want all of us to do. First of all, secure your valuables. I mean, meaning that you, in fact, know where your purse and your phone is. Because what I want you to do is I want you to take your hand, put it over your heart, and I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about yourself as a little child. I want you to think about that little girl that you still are carrying inside of you. I want you to think about how proud she is of you right now. In spite of everything that you've gone through, everything that you face, she's proud of you because you survived everything that you've gone through. But I also want you to continue to make her proud by pointing to other people. Now, while you have your eyes still closed, I want you to think about the person that you can pour into. And they may be your same age. They may not necessarily be younger than you. Some of them may even be older than you. But there's somebody you can impact, somebody you can affect, somebody you can actually make a difference in their life. And before this week is over, I want you to reach out to them. I don't care whether it's for a phone call, whether it's a letter, a text, a DM, whatever you have to do, pour into them. But first you have to pour into yourself. All right, you can open your eyes now.
That particular exercise has such an amazing and tremendous impact. I mean, and I saw 60 and 70-year-old women come up to me with tears in their eyes because they hadn't acknowledged that little child that they still carry around. It helped me to understand how critically important it was, or it is, for us to even acknowledge and deal with that aspect of our personality. But you know, the crazy part about it is I didn't go to school for this. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start the podcast and have people who have matriculated in schools of knowledge in this area. I'm just a voice of somebody. And like I said in my podcast, I don't want to end the conversation. I want to start it. Because especially in the African American community, and especially with African American males, we don't talk about stuff like this. So I wanted to make sure that I was a voice of reason. I was a voice that made it commonplace for us to talk about things that we've oftentimes swept under the rug or just ignored or tried to pretend weren't even there. So me writing that book, and I've sold more copies of where is it? That book right there than all of my other books combined. Because I don't care where you are, all of us had a childhood. I don't care who you are, all of us had a childhood. Now, whether it was good or bad, that's based on our interpretation and our understanding. But somehow, some way, our childhood impacted us. And I talk about it on the podcast, the difference between wounds and traumas. To me, wounds are things that happen in an instant, like one bad instant. But a trauma is something that's elongated, something that goes over time. And again, I've had different coaches, different psychologists and psychiatrists, therapists on here to help break down this very sensitive subject. But we do it in a lighthearted way because, again, I'm not trying to be entertaining, but I am trying to, again, just start the conversation to make it commonplace for us to be comfortable with talking about stuff like this. And so I wrote that particular book about healing the inner child, but with a good friend of mine, the one who wrote the foreword for that book, Dr. Charles Dent. He suggested that I write the sequel, which is H.E.A.L, same name, Help Elevate and Learn, but the subtitle is A Guide to Maturing Your Inner Adult. Because once you heal, next thing you need to do is you need to grow up. Once that child is out of that dark place, now it's time to grow. So I put together just a little clip, just a little commercial talking about the new book. So I want to play that for you now.
You've taken the first step. You've learned to heal. Now it's time to go deeper. The journey to maturity doesn't stop with awareness. It grows with action. In this powerful sequel to H.E.A.L, you'll uncover new strategies to elevate your mindset, strengthen your emotional resilience, and step fully into the adult you were always meant to be. This is more than a book. It's a blueprint for transformation. Are you ready to rise? The next chapter of your growth starts now. Available soon on Amazon.
So as you can see, that's going to be the sequel to my best-selling book, H.E.A.L. It's going to be the sequel, but this one is going to be same title. Subtitle is A Guide to Maturing Your Inner Adult. And I already have the outline for it. I'm working on it now. I'm doing my research. It's going to be a life changer because this one is definitely going to have a lot more practical applications. And like you said in the commercial, a blueprint for you to follow. After you've healed, in fact, the next thing is for you to grow up, to mature, and to start giving back, to start pouring into other people. That's the same thing I even said in that clip. Once you've healed, then your point is to start pouring back. Because I tell people this all the time, personal development and leadership development are two sides of the same coin. Because once you learn how to lead yourself, the next logical step is to lead others. But you can't lead others until you learn how to lead yourself. So definitely I am excited about that. And it's rumored that the first quarter of next year, 2026, I'm going to be doing an in-person event, possibly in Atlanta. I'm in talks right now. I don't want to say too much too soon, but I'm excited about that. And once I solidify everything, I'm definitely going to be coming back and I'm going to be sharing with each and every one of you that event because, before I started doing this, I was, of course, doing my Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain event, my summit. And I was in the process of rebranding it into Next Level Leadership Summit when COVID hit. So I haven't done an event in 5 years. So next year, I believe it's time for me to get back out there. But this time, I'm still focusing on personal development because like I tell people all the time, no matter where you go, you're there. But I'm making it a point this time to include having this aspect, this H.E.A.L aspect, for us to be able to not just survive, but for us to thrive and for us to be a shining example of those that are coming behind us and those that we've been called to serve. So listen, I know, again, I'm doing this kind of solo today, but I wanted to kind of just bring you up to speed on all the things that are going on. I'm super excited to start season 2 of this podcast because I believe that there are so many people that are struggling with some sort of current day behavior that was seeded in their childhood, and they don't know it. So my encouragement to you is to listen, share this podcast. You can go to my website, StreamYard.com, H.E.A.L, right there. You can watch all of the previous podcasts. They're all going to be there. I'm going to put this one up. In fact, when I finish, we're also available on Spotify as well as iHeartRadio. So you can listen to us as well. But listen, I just want to thank you for your time of tuning in. Thank all of those who chimed in. Let's see. We got some comments here. Dr. LaDanya, in fact, she says, greetings. She says, congratulations, Dr. Prince. She said, wow, amazing. Looking forward to the sequel. She says, we carry us everywhere we go. It's time to grow and to heal together. Me and my inner child. And wow, that's the declaration I think all of us need to do, because I believe it's just so, so important. And listen, I'm going to be doing podcasts where I want to get those people who tuned in, I want to get you to chime in. I really want to get more audience participation this season. I want to get some questions. In fact, if you can send me the questions ahead of time, we can have them answered. I can have my guests answer them. I know I had like the 7 ones that I had, but I'm looking for you, because this is just not about me talking and trying to make a name for myself. I want to help people, and I want to help you. So if you have any questions in reference to childhood trauma, childhood wounds, but more importantly, childhood healing, please, you can send them to me. You can DM me. That you can send them in my Facebook group. You can email me, Saccone@SacconePrince.com. Just put in the subject line, questions for podcasts, and we'll be able to get those and please send them in time. We do it live every Friday, unless I have to record my guests, but we do it live every Friday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you can get those into me, let's say by Wednesday, I can have them all compiled and we can go through them during the course of the broadcast. But I'm telling you, next week, it's going to be my guest. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned for the graphic, because you definitely want to check him out. He has been doing some phenomenal things in the area of mental health, and I am super excited to have him here. Excuse me. So with that being said, I'm actually getting ready to close the show out. But again, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank those who are tuning in, those who are watching the replay, those who are coming back. And I actually would like and share this so somebody else can understand that they can heal from their childhood wounds and childhood trauma, and they can mature their inner adult. And listen, we'll talk to you later. God bless. Bye.
Well, my name is Saccone Prince of SacconePrince.com, where we make motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. I'm a motivational speaker, a trainer, and a coach. I'm also an author. I help people in the area of personal development and leadership development, because I believe that you can't lead others until you learn how to lead yourself. But once you learn how to lead yourself, the next logical step is that you lead other people.
Saccone Prince is the best keynote I've ever seen. He really encouraged me so much.
He has this ability of seeing in people what they don't see in themselves.
He was so confident. When he was coming to the stage, you could see like, wow, this is a lion.
Any actor that's going for a role, they do a case study. If I'm going to be a fry cook, I go to a restaurant and watch people that are fry cooks. If I'm going to be a mob boss, I go and, well, maybe not go to with a mob, but you take some notes as to what they do. Our children are watching. What can they reference when they step into our shoes? I do what I do because I believe that people have truly yet to understand their purpose. Once you know who you are, nothing can stop you. But until you know who you are, anything can. So my goal is to really help people to understand their purpose and their calling. And oftentimes they have the answers themselves, but they're not asking the right questions. So I help people to get to that place to where they look at themselves, they step back and they see how they've been a help to those around them and what really drives them. And from that, they really understand the value of it. They learn to value their value and see what value their value brings. Because a lot of people, they have yet to do that. Until you know who you are, anything can stop it. But once you know who you are, nothing can stop it. I want you to understand that you are blessed. That you are blessed to be a blessing. That there is somebody looking up to you. They're looking at you. Don't ever forget that. Because if you ever do, you're going to leave them without a mind.
I've learned so much and I've experienced a lot of interactions with people.
The practical approach, like you can't just sit down there, you have to walk up to an opportunity. Sometimes you have to grab the opportunity. Sometimes you have to fight for the opportunity. There's so much life lessons.
I think from today onwards, I'll stretch out and reach to higher levels.